Demonstrators lined up Monday evening in the port of Tacoma to show support for a growing anti-war effort in the Northwest. Protesters were attempting to block a shipment of equipment and vehicles headed for Iraq. 4 people were arrested for what officials are describing as trespassing and pushing through police lines. But Tacoma Port militarization resistance members paint a different picture. They say police used unnecessary brutality. Joining us now are 2 of the protesters and members of the Port Militarization Resistance Group, Caitlin Esworthy and Jeff Berryhill. Welcome to both of you. Caitlin, as I understand it, we're talking about equipment that is being deployed ahead of troops. So this is not equipment that is going to troops already there. Can we make that point?
That is absolutely true. These troops have not yet been deployed, and they're actually being deployed ahead of their actual schedule right now. They are deployed 1 month early due to Bush's surge, and they're being pushed forward, which means that they're being neglected in their training. They were supposed to have an extra month to be trained in the deserts of California. This is actual training that will help them when they get to Iraq.
But because of the surge and because of them going before they're really ready, they're not getting desert training that they actually need. Jeff, please address the issue of police brutality. I understand not just you, but Wally Cuddiford, for example, thrown to the ground, dragged across the pavement, tasered 3 times while he was being held down. What was your experience?
That's true. Well, I was simply holding a sign, and the police saw fit that they would shoot me with a rubber bullet. I was hit just above the knee. I have a pretty sizable bruise there. It's gone down a little bit, but yeah, that's what we experienced there.
Caitlin, what about you? Did you experience police brutality?
Yes, I have quite a few bruises due to how I was treated, and I'm recently dealing with a neck injury related to that.
You know that they're going to say, oh my God, you shouldn't have done this, you're hurting the troops, you're stopping necessary equipment going, and if you really cared about the troops, you wouldn't be doing this. What's going to be your response to that?
Well, my response would be that the majority of the troops do not wish to be in Iraq, and that the majority of the Americans do not wish for the troops to be in Iraq, so that we're representing the will of the American people and helping to support our troops in their
Well,
their
Caitlin,
wishes.
you couldn't be any more wrong. Actually, the latest survey that came out showed the troops not only want to be there, they want more troops sent there. A vast majority of them want as many or more troops in Iraq than we presently have by almost a 2-to-1 margin. So you're factually inaccurate. Now, for the both of you, this is not the first time you guys have been arrested, is it? You were arrested back in May?
This is the first time that I've been arrested, and I would like to address that that the troops that I've spoken with, people who Iraq veterans,
and how many people did you speak to? In your little independent survey, how many people did you speak to?
I spoke to a number of veterans.
How many is the number? 20, 10, 30?
I would go with 20, but what they told me is that they spoke with the people that they were deployed with. Hardly scientific. You're wasting our time. Now, but I'm talking about a real poll from a legitimate polling organization showed that 2-to-1, they want as many or more troops there to win the war, and they want America to win the war. As a matter of fact, the latest Gallup survey showed that by nearly 2/3, the American people want to win the war, and they want to finish, and they want to come out victorious. So you're factually wrong. But let me just go to this issue, because the police have a very different story. They say that it was you, the demonstrators, that charged the police line, you, the demonstrator, that went after officers in a threatening manner, and the police themselves had to protect themselves from what your protesters were doing. So the police just lying, and you guys, they just came after you because they don't like your political views, or did they tell the truth?
Sean, first things first, we care about the safety of the troops. I have a stepbrother in Iraq right now, and I have many friends who have been impacted. Secondly, the charges yesterday at our arraignment hearing were dropped. They were completely dismissed. The prosecutor and the judge both didn't want to see them because they knew they were unfounded.
I said that the police say that you protesters attacked them, that they were defending themselves from you guys.
In the court yesterday. Sean,
well, I'm trying to say that they have every right to defend themselves if you guys are going to get violent or somebody with you is going to get violent.
Sean, the only violence that happened yesterday was from the police towards us.
We got to run. By the way, police didn't file a cause report, as I understand it. The case was dropped because they didn't actually file the report. I thank you both very much for being with us.